Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. Today I'm going to do something for a person who goes by Frog Super. I'm not sure that that's his real name, but he goes by Frog Super, and he asked for a review of The Mind and Magic of David Berglas. David Berglas. I'm going to get to the review in a moment. I want to give you a little bit of history on David Berglas. Derren Brown describes David Berglas as one of our greatest living magical performers. One of our greatest living magical performers. David Berglas was born July 30th, 1926. That makes him 96 years old when this video is recorded. He's a British magician and mentalist, one of the first magicians to appear on UK television. He's a German-born Jewish immigrant who came to Britain during the Nazi occupation of Germany. He was age 11 at the time. He was in the intelligence service of the U.S. Army during the war. He served 18 months at the end of World War II. He was underage, but because he spoke fluent German, the United States put him to work in their secret service, basically, their intelligence services division. He became interested in magic in 1947 through the famous dealer Ken Brooke. He pioneered radio, magic on the radio in England. He did a nationwide psychological experience involving millions of listeners. This particular program got between 3,000 and 4,000 postcards or letters every single week. He was one of the first magicians to appear on British television with his own show, Meet David Berglas, in 1954, which regularly attracted audiences of over 10 million viewers. I know a lot of people in the United States might say, David who? But in England, are you kidding me? This guy is internationally famous, has an international reputation. He's on a different plane than me and a lot of other performers. I would put him, David Berglas, Derren Brown. These guys are on a slightly different. Their approach to magic might be a little different than the guys who are going out doing shows every weekend at the cabaret. It just is, and I'm going to get to that in a second because Frog Super asked me to review the book, not necessarily give you a biography of David Berglas, but these comments and this history is important because it sets up what you should expect from the book. Okay, the Burglars Effect was invented in the 1950s, and most people that are attracted to David Berglas today want to know about the Berglas Effect or the any card at any number effect. So here's basically what happens. You have a shuffled or borrowed deck or whatever, right? It's a randomly mixed deck. Spectator calls the name of any card, the name of any number. You count down to that number, and that's the card. Fantastic, right? They call this the Holy Grail of card magic. To me, I like any card for card rise a little better. This was originally done in a private theater. There was a dome over the roulette that held the cards. Someone in the audience called the name of a card and it rose, right? It was the only card that rose. I think that's a little stronger, but a lot of card guys today, card ladies today, really are infatuated with what's called the Berglas Effect. So the effect was first named the Berglas Effect by John Rockerbaumer in his 1984 book, At the Table. David Berglas has also been a film consultant on many movies that you might recognize. The 1967 version of Casino Royale, starring Orson Welles and Peter Sellers with David Niven, Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon, George Lucas' Willow, and Tim Burton's Batman. So he served as consultant on all of those films. Television, The Mind of David Berglas aired from 1985 to 1986, where he interviewed and entertained celebrity guests, including Omar Sharif and Christopher Lee. In 1999, he established a nonprofit organization called the Foundation for Promoting the Art of Magic. The foundation presents the David Berglas International Magic Award annually at its International Magic Convention in London. In 2008, this award was presented to Uri Geller. In 2009 to David Copperfield. In 2010 to Juan Tamariz. In 2011 to Derren Brown. In 2012 to Jeff McBride. And in 2013 to Lu Chen of Taiwan. He's written many books. In 2002, The Mind and Magic of David Berglas was produced. And then in 2011, he produced a book through Richard Kaufman entitled The Berglas Effect, The Holy Grail of Card Magic. Now, back to a book review here of The Mind and Magic of David Berglas. This book was I think only 1,000 have been produced. It is collectible. People are trying to get their hands on it. I will tell you that one went up for sale on eBay. Now, this is not widely available. It's very hard to come by, and that's why the price has gone up so much. But it did sell on eBay October 2021 for $500. Is it worth $500? Let me give you some thoughts and opinions. If you are interested in understanding how a performer like Derren Brown, David Berglas, the big time entertainers that have an international reputation, how are they doing their stuff? Maybe this is the book for you. If you are a magic historian and you want to understand this life a little bit better, maybe this book is for you. If you are a performer and you're going out and you're doing your restaurants, or you're doing your trade shows, or you're doing your corporate entertainment, or you're doing your birthday party shows, and you're looking for some really great practical secrets that you can use in those shows, this is not the book for you. The material that's in here, in my opinion, just my opinion, is not practical. It's not the stuff that you're going to put into your show and do on the weekend. No, it's not. Is it interesting to know? Is it interesting to study? Absolutely. Am I glad I have the book? Absolutely. Am I ever going to perform this material? Probably not. No. I perform Ted Leslie's material. I perform Max Maven's material. I perform Corinda's material. I perform Animan's material. I do not perform David Berglas' material. I haven't had the opportunity, honestly, to do anything on the scale that David Berglas works. I mean, this guy is a film consultant. He's got his own television show. He's done radio. I mean, maybe someday, right? Maybe someday, but not that. It's just not not practical for that reason. So my recommendation, again, if you want the history, get it. If you want to understand, just understand how a player on that level operates. Because remember, the title of the book is The Mind and Magic. So what this does, it walks you more or less chronologically through his life, and as he developed, monumental effects that really garnered his reputation, it puts it into the context of what he was doing at that time and who he was at that time and what his thinking was and how it came about. So it really gives you all of that information that is so valuable from a historic point of view. So it is a very valuable book. Don't get me wrong, but if your interest is putting something in your show and you're a practical performer like I am, I might go from one show to another. I don't have necessarily the resources that he brings to the table. I just go out there and do my show, and what's important to me is material that I can play, that applies to a wide demographic. I might be doing a show, a birthday party for an 8-year-old in the afternoon, and then I might be doing an adult corporate entertainment later that night, and I might use some of the same material. Packs flat, plays big is very important to me. Wide range of appeal is very important to me. So if that's what you want, look at Tarbell, look at Max Maven, look at all the Ted Leslie, look at Corinda, look at Anneman. Don't look at David Berglas. You know, I mean, if you on the other hand you have aspirations of being maybe the next Derren Brown, then you'd better pick that up, because it'll help you understand how a person like Derren Brown or David Berglas establish their reputation. That might be the central value in the piece. Anyway, so thank you so much for asking. I hope you enjoyed this little review. Please comment down below if you've not. I love your comments. I try to respond every single time. Please subscribe if you've not done so already. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.